You got more shots than this shit, nigga. Try your luck. Let's go on beef. How about it, nigga?
This is not a drill, it's going down for real. Multiple sources are now whispering that Pooh Shiesty, even from behind bars, has allegedly pulled the strings and sent his closest hitters to slide on NBA Youngboy's crew. And if what we're hearing is even half true, this beef just reached a level nobody thought it would. We're talking retaliation, street politics, and a hidden power struggle that spiraled way beyond music. Phones are being wiped. Instagram posts are disappearing. But leaked audio, secret burner accounts, and late-night surveillance footage say otherwise. Someone made a move, and now it's war. From Baton Rouge to Memphis, tension's been thick, but what just happened? Why now? Why Youngboy? Why is Shiesty, who's supposed to be locked away with limited communication, still making chess moves that have the streets on edge and the rap game in full-blown panic mode? And y'all, this ain't no industry marketing stunt. This isn't clout chasing. We're hearing real consequences are already playing out. Affiliates close to both camps have gone silent. Police scanners in Louisiana lit up with coded activity last night, and the moment fans saw that blurred screenshot of a blacked-out Escalade creeping through Baton Rouge, the internet lost it. Was that Shiesty's crew? Or was that a warning? And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, somebody posted and then deleted a picture showing Youngboy's mural in flames. Yep, a mural torched. And minutes later, a cryptic tweet from someone connected to 1017 with 3 simple words. He asked for it. Now fans are scared, insiders are scrambling, and the rap world is bracing for what could be the ugliest chapter in this already messy saga. And trust me, this is only the beginning. To understand how we got here, how to Southern powerhouses spiraled into chaos, you have to rewind the clock. This isn't just about rap disses or shady tweets. This is about betrayal, territory, influence, and pride. This is a war that's been bubbling beneath the surface for years, and only now is the lid exploding off Pooh Shiesty. Born Luntrell Williams came into the game with something different in his energy. Memphis raised him, but it wasn't just Memphis that shaped him, it was what he lost. People forget that before the fame, Shiesty was dealing with deep trauma, his brother's tragic passing, street beefs that left scars no record label could hide, and a hunger to never be disrespected, no matter who stood in front of him. And when Gucci Mane signed him to 1017, that stamp wasn't just about business. It was about power, legacy, survival, but across state lines. Another young king was rising Kentrell Gowden, aka NBA Youngboy, a legend in the making, but also one of the most polarizing figures the game has ever seen. Youngboy didn't ask for respect, he demanded it. Every bar, every lyric, every stare into the camera was a challenge. And if you crossed him, he never forgot. So when Pooh Shiesty started heating up and earning street cred, it didn't take long for tension to brew. They didn't need to diss each other on Wax the Silence spoke volumes. Industry folks whispered about how their teams would never cross paths at festivals, how certain labels had to separate entourages in the back rooms, how Memphis and Baton Rouge didn't officially beef, but they never exactly broke bread. Either and then the first spark lit the fire. A cryptic post back in late 2021, an IG story, black background, white text from one of Youngboy's people. Y'all favorite rapper, moving funny in Atlanta. No name, no tag, but Shiesty fans knew. And the replies, full of clown emojis and snake references. At first, nobody thought much of it. Until a week later, Shiesty clapped back with a tweet that only read, "Don't die for likes." That was the first warning. Subtle, direct, laced in venom. But then, the tragedy. Pooh Shiesty got arrested in connection with a shooting at a hotel in Miami. What was supposed to be a transaction turned violent. Surveillance footage leaked. Blogs ran with the headlines. The feds stepped in. And just like that, Shiesty's career paused while he sat in jail awaiting his fate. The streets changed. Rap changed. And most importantly, Youngboy changed. Youngboy didn't just keep dropping music, he became untouchable in the eyes of his fan base. His numbers skyrocketed, his cult following expanded, and even while on house arrest, he moved like a king behind gates. But there was something different about his tone. More aggressive, More mocking, in one YouTube-only freestyle, fans swear they caught a diss aimed at Gucci's Lil Pet. No name dropped, but the timing, the tone, it had everyone talking. Was he taking shots at Shiesty while he was down? The internet ran wild. Memes flooded in, and on Reddit, deep fan theories surfaced that Youngboy was slowly erasing every southern rapper in his Lane 1 DS, one feud, one strategic silence at a time. Meanwhile, Shiesty was keeping quiet, but not out of fear. Word started circulating that his communication wasn't completely shut off. Burners, letters, visits, people on the inside talking in code, and most chilling of all, a rumor that someone got jumped inside the prison system after whispering Youngboy lyrics near Shiesty's tier. Then came the turning point, a coded message from prison that set everything in motion. Shiesty's camp posted a series of photos on his official account. Most were throwbacks. But the caption, "Tell him, I ain't dead, just watching." No name, no context. But the streets knew. They always know. And it wasn't long before fans spotted something unusual. A background figure in one of Youngboy's latest behind-the-scenes vlogs, face blurred, hoodie on, but rocking a very specific chain. A custom piece that, according to older photos, used to belong to a 1017 affiliate. One that hadn't posted in months. People asked, had the chain been taken, traded, or snatched? Then, Shiesty's brother, who had rarely posted anything during the prison's stint, suddenly shared a clip from a song. Not even one of Shiesty's, but a Memphis underground artist rapping. "Slide through your section. Turn legends to trauma." A grainy clip of a Baton Rouge street sign. Coincidence? Fans didn't think so. Reddit threads exploded. Instagram pages with 30K followers began connecting dots. And behind-the-scenes industry security teams quietly tightened their event protocols. Even DJ, who rarely speaks on Memphis Baton Rouge tensions, made a half-joking comment on Twitch. "I ain't saying it's smoke, but if Pooh's sending vibes from behind bars, might be time to cancel some tour stops." The hip-hop world held its breath. But still, there was no official word. Nothing confirmed. Until now, because just days ago, Baton Rouge locals started reporting suspicious vehicles with out-of-state plates riding slow through key blocks. One resident even went live on Facebook, saying, "I ain't naming names, but somebody's scouting, and it ain't the police." And then the whisper started. Shiesty didn't just want a diss track. He wanted respect returned. He wanted the silence broken. He wanted Youngboy to feel the heat even if Shiesty himself couldn't touch the trigger. But make no mistake, someone could. It started with a bang. The streets of Baton Rouge lit up at 2:47 a.m. this past Sunday. Local police scanners picked up a series of gunshots near an old strip mall off Chippewa Street, a place that had seen its fair share of drama, but nothing like this. Within minutes, residents reported black SUVs speeding off, tires screeching so loud the sound echoed through the neighborhood. No names were mentioned in the official report, but what happened next sent everyone into a frenzy. An anonymous source, who claimed to be a nighttime security worker near the area, leaked a grainy parking lot clip. In the footage, you see a group of masked men jumping out of a dark Suburban, moving with military precision. No words, no hesitation, just swift, deliberate action. And here's the part that made fans' hearts drop. One of those men had on a hoodie with a very specific design, 1017 printed in red block letters, not white, not silver, red. A colored choice with meaning. A threat. By morning, the video had been uploaded to an anonymous X account titled @Truth from the Bayou. Caption, "Pooh ain't sleeping." This for Baton Rouge to remember. That single tweet reached 60,000 views in under 3 hours before it was taken down. Suspiciously fast. Too fast. Like someone didn't want this going viral. Then came the most chilling part. The text message leak. Screenshots began circulating in private. Group chats between hip-hop insiders and fans who follow gang-affiliated rap beefs like religion. These messages allegedly came from someone in Shiesty's circle mid-level runner who's been off the radar. For almost a year. One message read, "Big homie say he don't need bars to handle pressure. We already in BR. Time to make M feel it." Another text, time-stamped 2 hours before the reported gunshots, was even darker. "Leave the phones. Take care of that mural first. We moving in silence. Wait that mural." Yup, the same mural of NBA Youngboy that had been painted by a fan group last year on a wall near his old neighborhood, a spot that had become a symbol of pride for YB fans. A reminder that even if he couldn't move freely like he used to, his legacy stood tall, except now it was gone, burnt, tagged with a chilling message sprayed in silver. Time up. Photos started surfacing online before authorities could even block off the area, and fans were livid. The internet exploded with emotions. Some were shocked, some confused, and others flat out terrified. And in the chaos, one fan tweet went viral, summarizing what everyone was thinking. "This ain't no rap beef no more. Shiesty really sending fire from a cage, and YB, he better move careful." But what made this even more intense was how silent Youngboy's camp was. No tweets, no stories, no free. That's not like YB. Normally, he'd be the first to clap back with a diss or a petty response. But this time, nothing, which made fans believe. Maybe he got the message loud and clear. But then the first twist, and it changed everything. On Monday evening, a private Discord server dedicated to tracking gang-affiliated music movements shared something absolutely insane. A user going by the name ShestaConnect901 uploaded a voice memo allegedly recorded inside a Louisiana holding facility. The voice was low, muffled, clearly trying not to be caught, but the tone, ice cold. The speaker said, "A king don't tweet. He sends moves. I told Lil Bro not to aim at the head. We want him scared, not gone." Yet, the audio went viral within the hour. People claimed it was Pooh himself. His voice, his words, the accent, Memphis. The context. Clear, even though it was unverified, it didn't matter. People believed it, because everything else lined up. The timing, the footage, the tweets, the silence from Young, the panic in Baton Rouge. And then came the real kicker. A well-known Baton Rouge affiliate, someone with ties to Youngboy's camp, went missing on Tuesday. His phone? Last pinged near the Mississippi border, his last post. A story showing a dark hallway with the caption, "Somebody out here watching." By Wednesday morning, Youngboy's team finally blinked. A blurry Instagram story was posted to one of the burner pages that fans believe belongs to Youngboy's cousin. The caption, simple, angry. "Memphis, better not sleep too good tonight. Y'all made a move." Now wait, that's all it took. Within minutes, both fan bases went into full war mode. YB's fans flooded Twitter with snake emojis, swearing revenge. Shiesty's crew doubled down with coffin emojis and Memphis flags. Trolls were claiming it's up, while others were begging for the two camps to stop. Before someone gets killed for real, in the background, something even scarier was brewing. The Feds. Local news in Baton Rouge reported that federal agents had been seen consulting with local law enforcement about the uptick in gang-related territorial events. Translation, they're watching. They've seen the videos, the burner accounts, the cryptic messages, and they're starting to connect that's real or fake. But here's what nobody saw coming. Another shooting happened. This time, not in Louisiana, not in Memphis, in Atlanta. At a gas station near Edgewood, 2 men were shot in a parked Dodge Charger. Eyewitnesses claimed the suspects didn't rob them, didn't say a word, just walked up, fired multiple rounds, and vanished. And guess what? One of the men shot was a former promoter known to work with both camps before the beef turned personal. Someone who once bragged online that he brought Shiesty and YB under one roof without them knowing. Now he's in critical condition, and the police report says no motive known but gang retaliation not ruled out. At this point, fans were terrified. Industry insiders started pulling back from public statements. Even DJ Vlad posted, "This ain't rap beef anymore. This is getting dangerous." And yet, even after all this madness, Shiesty's account posted again. Just one word, watched. No explanation, no context. But fans knew it was referring to all of us, because now everyone's watching. Every tweet, every burner, every sighting in a black SUV. Everyone's checking Youngboy's page hourly. Everyone's combing Pooh Shiesty lyrics from 2 years ago to find hints of what's coming next. And in the middle of this chaos, both sides are silent, dead silent, which is the scariest sound of all, because silence means plotting, and plotting means war. It only took one picture to send the internet into a full-blown panic. At 4:12 p.m. on Thursday, A now-deleted Reddit thread appeared, titled, "Just saw YB's security detail act in real weird outside hotel in Memphis." The image showed two black trucks, heavily tinted, parked awkwardly across from a mid-tier hotel downtown. Nothing unusual until you zoomed in. Sitting in the passenger seat of one of those trucks was a man with distinct face tattoos, eerily similar to someone long rumored to be a silent enforcer in Youngboy's inner circles, someone fans call Snipe. And here's the problem. Snipe was supposed to be allegedly banned from Louisiana after an arrest last year. But if that was really him in the photo, and if he really was in Memphis, this wasn't just retaliation. This was escalation. By the time the photo spread to X, TikTok, and Instagram, fans were already losing their minds. Comments ranged from YB finally spinning back to this about to be the most dangerous beef since Gucci versus Jeezy. But that wasn't even the bombshell, because 20 minutes later, a new X account emerged. No followers, no following, just one tweet. This not over. The list is real. He's next, and y'all gonna cry when y'all find out who ordered it. Attached, a screenshot of what appeared to be a private Telegram group chat with a leaked hit list. Most of the names were blurred, but one was fully visible. Ben 10, if spotted in ATL, go. Now for context, Ben 10 is Youngboy's blood relative, one of the few people YB actually shouts out by name in his songs. He's not just family, he's a frontline protector. Someone who's been in fights, tours, brawls, and rumored late-night meetings with YB whenever a war is about to go hot. So the second fans saw Ben 10's name on that list. Chaos.Pooh Shiesty's name started trending on X again, this time paired with Gucci 1017 War Mode and Free Shiesty movement. Fans split into camps, some hyping it up like it's a pay-per-view event, others begging both artists to chill before someone actually dies. And then the responses started flying. The first was from an unexpected place, a TikTok live with Gucci Mane himself. Gucci was promoting an unrelated project, but fans in the comments flooded the stream with messages like, "Is Shiesty ordering hits? Why 1017, sending people to BR? You greenlighting something?" And then Gucci paused, smirked, and said something that made headlines. Shiesty been a problem. Always will be. That boy play chess, not checkers. Stay tuned. Mic drop. Fans interpreted it as a confirmation that Shiesty was behind the mural, and now possibly targeting Ben 10, and that's when Youngboy's camp broke silence for real. Who usually avoids beefs online, suddenly posted a blurry screenshot from FaceTime. In the frame was Youngboy himself. Eyes cold, holding a phone. The caption, "They tried it. We ain't flinching. Memphis better pray tonight." What followed next sent shockwaves through the culture. A new freestyle dropped to Youngboy's private YouTube channel, hidden at first, with no promo, but fans found it within minutes. The title, Rats on the Wire, the beat, minimal, eerie, almost funeral-like. And the lyrics, absolutely brutal. "I've been calm, but my patience done, slept, play wit, Ben leave, yo brother in debt. Don't do subs, I aim direct, keep that she quiet, but the cross got checked." Twitter erupted. YouTube comments blew up. Fans decoded the bars line by line. The cross got checked was seen as a direct response to the mural the "Leave Yo Brother in Debt" line. Fans believed it referenced Pooh Shiesty's older brother who passed away and was never publicly disputed until now. But before people could even process the another twist dropped. A leaked audio message surfaced. This time, allegedly from someone inside a holding facility connected to Shiesty's cousin. The voice was young, emotional, shaky, but clear. "They know it ain't done. They know Ben ain't safe. We got his girl's number, his route, just waiting." The moment fans heard the words "got his girl's number," it all flipped. Because Ben 10's longtime partner, who's mostly stayed private, had just posted a cryptic IG story showing her holding a packed duffel bag. No caption, no music. Just the bag and a blurry skyline in the background. People instantly assumed she was on the run. In the background, people instantly assumed she was on the run. Then one fan pointed out the location metadata of her post-it pinged in Decatur, Georgia, just outside of ATL, the same city where Ben 10 had been spotted at a studio just days. Earlier now, fans started connecting dots. Nobody wanted to connect. People were making maps, tracking movement, compiling burner accounts, going live with theories, And somewhere in the chaos, one verified ex-user dropped this wild bombshell. Don't forget, it's not just Pooh versus Y. This goes back to when 1017's old plug got burned by YB's camp back in 19. The streets never forgot. Boom. New angle, old beef. Hidden debt. And now, a bloody chessboard with family members as pawns. But even with all this chaos, the final reveal of the section came at midnight. A burner account dropped a Dropbox Lincoln actual Dropbox file, which is still being investigated, that included a screenshot of an Apple Maps route. Labeled B10 gives Tango Location a text file titled Routes Verified, a photo of Ben 10's girlfriend's license plate. Now look, none of this is verified by law enforcement. But fans believed it, and when fans believe it, it becomes real. Fake or not, the paranoia has already spread. Venues have increased security. Certain shows got canceled. Industry insiders are ducking public statements. And most disturbingly, EBS fan page updated its bio too. We just quiet now. And then, without warning, the Pooh Shiesty burner account posted again. Just an image, no caption. A chessboard, one piece flipped over. A black king lying sideways. The streets were talking, but now the whole world was. Screaming. By Friday morning, it wasn't just rap fans reacting. It was mainstream everybody. The Pooh Shiesty versus NBA Youngboy saga had escaped the underground and crashed straight into the spotlight. #ShiestySib was trending globally. News. Anchors on YouTube hip-hop channels were scrambling to update headlines midstream. Complex academics, say cheese, and even TMZ jumped in, each offering exclusive sources, each with conflicting info, and none of them able to give a clear answer about what was coming next. Because even they didn't know, and that's when things got worse, because fans lost it. Youngboy's fanbase, who call themselves 4KT, writers declared it open season. Memes flew like missiles. Hundreds of accounts updated their bios with number 4 CTLD. Some even claimed to be posting from Baton Rouge blocks, ready to defend the throne. One fan posted a blurry selfie holding a red bandana with the caption, "YB ain't gotta spin. We'll do it for him." But then came the retaliation. Shiesty's fans, mainly from Memphis and Atlanta, responded with full fire. A trending tweet said, "Y'all scared of a mural?" Meanwhile, 1017, already in your zip code, got 200,000 plus likes before being flagged for inciting violence. Another viral tweet showed a photoshopped map titled YB's No-Fly Zones, highlighting areas in Memphis, Atlanta, and Houston where Youngboy affiliates allegedly shouldn't step foot. It ended with the phrase, "We ain't bloggers, we outside." Reddit blew up with breakdowns. Discord servers dedicated to hip-hop beefs hit capacity limits. Fans began piecing together wild conspiracy webs involving tour buses, burner Instagrams, and even alleged leaks from police scanners. In one thread, a user claimed that a law enforcement contact said both camps had been quietly put on a federal watch list as part of a larger gang task force probe, and then the celebrity reactions started rolling in, and they were messy. Dirk, who has long-standing tensions with YB but had previously collaborated with Shiesty, tweeted, "Told y'all it get real behind them lyrics. It ain't all music no more." Then he deleted it, but not before it got screenshotted 50,000 times. Kodak Black, caught in the middle due to past beefs and reconciliations with both sides, jumped on IG Live and said, "I ain't picking sides, but some of y'all forgetting who really from where." Shiesty don't talk loud for a reason. G Herbo, a known friend of Shiesty, simply posted a emoji with y'all playing too much. But the wildest came from Meek Mill, who rarely dives into rap beefs like this. He tweeted, "This not rap no more. This the streets with Instagram. Filters. Somebody gone, end up dead, and it ain't even over no money." Fans were now divided not just by region, but by loyalty, by energy, by paranoia. On TikTok, creators made videos ranking who would win in a full-blown war between 1017 and Never Broke Again. These weren't jokes. They were full PowerPoint breakdowns, roster strengths, alleged ties, location advantages. One creator even made a fake war room livestream where users could vote on potential targets. And then something surreal happened, a fake report. surfaced from a parody X account that looked exactly like XXL magazine. The post read, "Breaking FBI opens joint task force investigation into Pooh Shiesty, NBA Youngboy affiliates over a series of retaliatory events." Even though it was 100% fake, thousands of users reposted it as truth. That's how high the paranoia was. Nobody was checking facts. They were running with fear, rage, and adrenaline. One fan wrote, "I don't even care if it's fake. They need to shut this down before both sides get wiped out." But not everybody was calling for peace. One of Youngboy's producers posted to his close friend's IG story, "They wanted attention. They got it. Hope they're ready for what's next." That one screenshot leaked posted to Twitter, and now fans were demanding he be investigated for making threats. And then, the unthinkable. A mass cancellation wave hit the industry. Tour dates canceled, venues in Houston, Nashville, Atlanta, and even Dallas quietly pulled out of hosting events connected to either camp. Some cited unforeseen logistical challenges, others just didn't reply to press at all. Behind closed doors, festival organizers started panicking. Rumors started circulating that Rolling Loud was debating cutting both artists from their next event, entirely not over content, but out of fear. Fear that the stage could become a battlefield. Even a hip-hop journalist posted, "Been in this game 20 years. I ain't never seen it this close to the edge. It's like we watching the car tilt before it falls off the cliff." And yet, through all this fire, all this chaos, all this division, neither Youngboy nor Shiesty made a direct official statement. And that silence, it's the scariest part of all. Because when two forces this big, this proud, this personal, go quiet, something always explodes next, just when it felt like the storm couldn't get any worse. The entire narrative flipped at 2:43 a.m. long, after most of the industry had gone. Radio silent, a leaked call recording began spreading in encrypted Telegram groups. At first, nobody believed it. It sounded like a setup, a voicelo.com, oddly composed, speaking in clipped phrases. But when one line dropped, everything changed. "Don't look at YB, look at who told him to move." That single sentence detonated a new theory, one so wild, so twisted, so game-changing, that fans didn't even know how to react, because the new rumor wasn't that NBA Youngboy ordered the hit back. The new rumor, he was being used by someone even higher up. A name whispered in silence. A man who used to move in the open, but now keeps everything behind the curtains. A man fans once linked to Shiesty before a mysterious fallout. A name, Waprayan, alleged street exec turned underground financier, with deep ties to both Memphis and Baton Rouge. Someone, fans say, once brokered a secret deal between 1017 and YB's team years ago, back when they first clashed at that hidden session in Atlanta. According to this new leaked call, Wapre had been manipulating both camps the entire time, pulling strings, leaking burner accounts to incite beef, even planting fake threats to stir the war for a purpose nobody could wrap their heads around. Because there's whispers of a secret deal, one involving a third artist, a label merger, and someone getting pushed out. And who's the liability in that deal? Shiesty. Because from inside that prison cell, he wasn't just reacting, he was blocking someone else's long-term play. And the second that theory started catching fire, another bomb dropped, a video leaked to a dark account with 0 followers. No bio, no profile pic, just 11 seconds long. A black SUV, an abandoned gas station in Mississippi. 2 shadows outside, one holding something long, the camera shakes, and a voice says barely audible, "That's the cousin. He got dropped." No gunfire, no names. But the timing, it matched the police scanner report of an unconfirmed casualty outside Jackson, Mississippi, same night, same block, and guess who was reportedly traveling back from Atlanta at that exact time? Ben 10. Fans froze. Nobody knew if it was real. Nobody could confirm. The blogs didn't touch it, but Reddit went into meltdown mode. One user posted, "If Ben 10 really got touched, it's over. Not music beef, not crews. It's going federal. It's turning into war like we've never seen before in hip-hop. And then, the final nail. Shiesty's Instagram account silent since the last cryptic post updated its story. Just one slide, a grainy chessboard, the Black King this time stood back up, and below it, still standing. But who moved the piece? End of story. Not even close. Because what nobody's talking about yet is that both camps have been approached by a federal agency for separate investigations. But not over the beef, over money. Because where there's war, there's always a bigger profit, and it looks like someone's been funding the smoke from the shadows. So now fans aren't just wondering who will survive, they're wondering who's really in charge of this war. This story isn't just about rap, it's about power, pride, and people moving in silence while the internet watches like it's a movie. But let's get one thing straight. Nothing about this is entertainment if it turns real. And right now, we're dangerously close to that line. You just saw how deep this goes. The burner accounts, the coded messages, the missing faces, the haunting silence from both camps. And now this twist with Wapre and the alleged puppet strings behind both Pooh Shiesty and NBA Youngboy's crews. We're not done, not even close. This is just the first act of a bigger story, and what's coming next could blow the roof off everything. We need to hear from you. Was Ben 10 really targeted? Is Pooh Shiesty actually calling shots from behind bars? And more importantly, is this beef even real? Or is someone at the top using these two artists like pawns in a game none of us are supposed to understand? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this is bigger than clout, bigger than music, and bigger than petty dis. And if what's coming next is what these insiders are warning us about, we could be witnessing the biggest takedown in hip-hop history. Smash that like button if you made it to the end. Hit subscribe and turn on all notifications, because what's coming in the next update is even darker. And trust once we connect the dots around the real reason the feds are watching both camps. You're gonna need to sit down for that one, so stay locked in, stay alert, and whatever you do, don't blink. Because in this game, one wrong move, and kings start falling. See you in the next one. It's about to get worse.